Okay. Valerin, you are correct. I am splitting up the stream in case in case some kind of title music plays, because Eyes on Me may get my VOD muted again. So thank you for bearing with me, those of you who did. This is going to be one of those things that they came up with as like a neat idea for a cutscene or whatever, and then like they tried their best to fit it into the game somehow, and or maybe not even that. Hi, I'm a sorceress. I am full of sand. Better look up. Whoa, this is nightmarish. What the heck? I will imagine my space girlfriend through every different Photoshop filter. That's right. What if she didn't actually exist? What if she never existed? Yeah, this is really going crazy with the Photoshop filters. See what happens when you compress time. It generates compression artifacts. Thank you, Nalath, New Dragon, for that one. That's good. As if you're never hurt. As if you're never down. Oh, Pokeball, what? Uh-huh. Feel your heart beating fast. So hey, scratch my head here. I should really tie my hair back with something. Share with me. Tears if you're holding back. Pain if that's what it is. How can I let you know I'm more than the trance and the voice. Just reach me out there? What? Okay. You are not dreaming, darling, so there you are, with that look on your face, as if you're never hurt, as if you're never down. Leave a light for you. Pinches you softly. But sure. If frown is shown, then get out of here with that. I visited this grave in the middle of freaking nowhere. Please don't bury me within a mile of anyone. Thanks. There's plenty of wasteland to fill. Yeah, that whole like ending cutscene made me think or feel nothing. I kind of liked freaking out at the possibility of just no longer existing. That was kind of cool, but then they just sort of dropped it. They're like, nah, whatever. Everyone gets together and has a good time. So no. Give me a letter grave. G for grave. Hold on, Sid looks like somebody. What the heck? Okay. Favorite thing about the game. powerful moves, I guess. Like, I liked figuring out what was actually powerful and then using that, and that was great. I'm like, oh yeah, I like the cards. I like turning enemies into cards and then having those cards to use against people. Things I did not like. Carrying around a plague of a rule set so that I could never play cards again. Anything to do with characterization or like people, it was all dumb and I couldn't stand it. This, for instance, this is like inoffensive, so it's not that bad, but all the other stuff is like, okay, get over yourselves. I don't know. Sell, eats hot dogs, and that's just, like, all the character things are just a joke. They're so poor, I can't even believe it. Like, the dog is a stronger character than any of these other people who are like one-note idiots, just go and do stuff, don't care. They're like, whatever. It doesn't matter, let's just go to space. The plot is a mess. So like the rest of it, the like battles and stuff, that gets a lot better. Like I liked Encounter None. That was basically correct. I liked summoning Satan from a magic lamp and then having the power of the devil. What else? I don't know. Anytime that I was seeking out stuff myself and able to do it, that was kind of good. Chocobo minigame was garbage and also pointless. Man. Oh, also the camera angles were atrocious. Junctioning had some it had some things to recommend it. At least was different. Oh, and then like the final boss and the whole final castle and boss sequence was awful. Just a wreck. A terrible note for the game to go out on. Final Fantasy VIII does not make more sense than Final Fantasy IX. Flat, absolutely wrong, incorrect, no. No. I watched Final Fantasy IX. I watched it all the way goddamn through. It was lengthy, it was a little convoluted, but it had characters who did things and had arcs. It had people who had motivations and their motivations made sense and they acted on them. It moved. Then there's this. This barely has a plot. This is... Stop pointing at the damn moon. Yes, we were in space at one point. Like, the plot was, at some point, I'm dangling from a rope, punching a man. It all comes back to that. I am still there. I am still dangling from a rope, punching a man in a crappy minigame. Did you remember that there's a guy in the basement of the garden? He's just hanging out there, and you fight him as a boss, and he claims you did the wrong thing. Because you're idiots. Then he's gone. Then no one cares. This is an entire, like, central underpinning to the... That's the, like, midpoint of the... No, whatever. The end. 1999. Then you get nothing. You get a blackness. And then then the game crashes and it's over. Yeah. My CPU has been time compressed. Yeah, I'm kind of getting that a thing is supposed to be happening, but none of my interacto buttons are doing anything. So I guess. Alright, go ahead and spoil it for me, guys. What's supposed to happen? Is there a new game plus? Ooh, what about the keyboard? I'll touch X or Escape still works, so that's good. Their software has not completely crashed. What's supposed to happen? It shows that Renault was talking to Squall on the balcony. He smiles for the first time in the game. No, that happened, and then it zoomed out. Or huh. Oh, I was supposed to be worried that he didn't show up in the ending. Oh, okay. No, it definitely did that. So I think I can just sit here and talk for a minute, because I definitely need to decompress. Time has compressed, and so has my primitive reptile brain. Final Fantasy VIII. For one, I would probably enjoy it a ton more if I were not doing it completely on camera. Probably. I don't know. It's rough because anytime I'm doing like a game as a stream, I need something to keep happening. You know, I cannot ever let myself like grind for levels or like go and try things that maybe won't work and like waste a bunch of time. I can't let myself waste time. And if I ever feel like I am wasting time, like either mine or anyone else's, then I get really nervous, and like nothing is enjoyable when I'm like that. Let's see, what else? And somehow I felt like sitting there and drawing for 40 straight minutes on certain bosses was by comparison okay. Like getting all these abilities on the girlfriends that I didn't use, getting like some girlfriends but not others. It's like at some point I felt like appropriately powered, and then said, okay, let's go. Let's just go forward, get it done, whatever. The pacing was very poor for what the game was. It's like, okay, go to space. Okay, do other stuff. Whatever, final dungeon. Let's just brush it away. There was no... God. There's no building action. Yeah, drawing for over an hour on Biggs and Wedge for 100 regen, like that I ended up definitely using for like the rest of the game, right? But like there was no like seeking out cool monsters to then um like either like mug them for their goods. I didn't beat all the final castle puzzles because I just didn't care. It all kind of snowballed. So if you take away all that, I probably would have enjoyed it a lot more. Um, the other thing is that I've had a lot of information told to me about the game, like before playing it, and so, like I knew out of the gates that gaining levels was bad. So I tried to avoid it if at all possible. And the card was like turning enemies into cards was definitely the correct thing to do at that. Yeah, I didn't want to end like before the castle. I was really jeez, for a moment, I was in the Black Lodge, and that could have been great. But then it just linked to Castlevania again, and like I wanted it to continue to make like willfully make no sense. And as soon as I'm like walking in like a castle to the tower to beat like Space Dracula from the future, okay, well maybe that sounds, when I'm saying it out loud, like it's completely crazy and baseless and senseless in the way that I'm describing. But no, I mean having like that one moment where you touch a save point and then a bunch of save points appear. That was really special, and I think if they had just willfully done that for a little longer. Now, I don't specifically mean from the zoo, the information that I got. I've had knowledge about this game for years, just from talking to people. And so I went into it with that, and I have I have my camera pointed at a black screen, for God's sakes. This is lordy. Could I possibly, can I get the here? Okay, that's invisible. I can maybe salvage this camera shot. Hold on. Bear with me. No, that didn't quite do it. I need that like there. Okay. Nope. No, that's not quite it. Shoot. Needs to be a little higher than that. rapidly making a Lego podium for my skull. A little bit more. Alright. This is important. I need to do this. This is very important. Let's just enough. Yes. That's good enough for me. Alright, yep. Needed to make a Lego podium for my skull here. Yeah. The PC port was pretty bad. Like, okay, introducing speed up is kind of an admission that maybe we should have revised some parts of the game. But let's see. But on the whole, it was a good feature to have, because it, I mean, you know, a Band-Aid is at least, you know, it stops the bleeding. Yeah, Magic Booster goes unused because I did not know what it did until I had already made it no longer useful. Draw. Oh, I never summoned the... I'm an idiot. I never summoned some of the guys. Like Cactuar and Alexander. And that's supposed to be some of the like coolest stuff that happens in the game, right? Also, I never boosted a summon. That was such a huge part of the game when like my friends were playing it way back when we were all kids. Apparently the game had some dick moves that I did not find, which that's impressive to hear. I felt like I found all of them. Fireside chat with Kaz, like getting Doom Train. Oh, I needed obscure ingredients and then I could have Solomon's Ring. I have to craft Doom Train. That's sad. I wanted Doom Train.